Here are 25 facts within the MCU that you might have missed. Sam Wilson in the show The Falcon and the Winter Soldier gets a wild upgrade. He gets a new suit produced by Wakanda that even incorporates vibranium. That's right, Sam Wilson's Captain America's costume comes equipped not only with the classic shield, but vibranium wings. The Netflix Marvel shows was always intended to be directly tied to the MCU and had countless tie-ins, but many of these were not just simple Easter eggs, they had impact on the actual plot. Daredevil features an actual photo of the Avengers attack prominently as a featured story written by one of the main characters of the season. Much of the criminal activity follows these events. In the Luke Cage show, the only bullet that could hurt him was made from Chitauri metal, salvaged from the alien technology from the Battle of New York. Hawkeye's son's middle name is Pietro because Quicksilver saved his life. His full name is Nathaniel Pietro Barton. Frank Castle, the Punisher, is believed to be in Winter Soldier by many fans. There is a random driver who remains unidentified that saves Nick Fury's life driving a truck, is often believed to be the Punisher. When the directors, the Russo brothers, were asked directly about it, they were coy. Now that the Punisher is confirmed to be in the MCU, do you think this is more or less likely? Groot died in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. The Groot we see in Volume 2 and Volume 3 is not the original Groot reborn, but in fact his child. Groot Jr. is essentially a clone slash spawn. Odin can be duped and is not seen as almighty as shown in Thor Ragnarok when his throne room contains a fake Infinity Gauntlet. In the film Captain America the First Avenger, we briefly see the original Human Torch, which is a World War II era superhero. In Iron Man 2, Nick Fury tells Stark that he has bigger problems in the Southwest region to deal with and then leaves. He is referring to the events of the first Thor film. In fact, Iron Man 2, Thor, and the Incredible Hulk are all in the same 7-day period. Marvel has dubbed this week Fury's Big Week. Some say his second pair of balls dropped that day. Wolverine's claws hurt every time they come out. The reason you don't see blood every time they release is because of the process called hemostasis that happens so fast in that area. In the original stories, we do in fact see blood as his healing factor begins to slow down. The adamantium blades don't only damage the skin, but the tissue as well. It also hurts to retract them since it's not returning to a nice sleek runway, but a tunnel of largely healing muscle and tissue. Keep in mind, any natural tunneling that developed as a result of his mutation did not account for the extra thickness after the adamantium surgery. This is why he looks like the only kid in first grade not invited to the cool kid's birthday party. Howard the Duck appears in 3 MCU films, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and in the final battle in Endgame, where he helps the heroes. Wolverine is already in the MCU and is post-adamantium operation. We know this because in She-Hulk we see a news story referencing a man with metal claws getting in a bar fight. As one commentator stated, this is a lot like his first appearance in X-Men 1. Mutants are already part of the MCU as well, with Namor being considered the first mutant. He was introduced in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, and his mutation gives him unique abilities such as being able to breathe underwater and on the surface, as well as winged ankles for flight. This officially marks the arrival of mutants in the MCU, setting the stage for the X-Men reboot. Ms. Marvel is also a mutant. Speaking of mutants, Wanda and Quicksilver are implied to be mutants, but it's never fully confirmed. Their powers wake up after being experimented on by Hydra with the Mind Stone embedded in Loki's scepter. This is similar to Deadpool when you think about it. Ghost Rider was originally written to appear in Deadpool and Wolverine. There was even concept art including him. Considering the enemies of the film, however, he might have been a bit too overpowered, although Cassandra Nova fighting Ghost Rider would have been quite a battle. I have a feeling the reason why Cage chose to say no to this film is because he is eyeing Avengers Secret Wars. Captain America's birthday is on July 4th. I am not kidding. He was frozen at age 27 and his body is 105 during the big battle in Avengers Endgame. Peggy Carter's voice can be heard in Spider-Man Far From Home when Peter Parker is in the airport, a small homage to her impact on S.H.I.E.L.D. Doctor Strange's cape has been described by fans as Wizard AI. This is because it has moments where it shows a personality, but it has predefined parameters like helping its user with whatever task it's trying to accomplish. The MCU has an afterlife as seen in Black Panther and in Thor when discussing Valhalla, so why did everyone who was erased by the blip remember nothing? Some characters discuss reappearing as soon as they vanished. There's two theories that talk about this. Perhaps divinity is not meant to be remembered on a mortal plane, but a theory that caught a lot of steam suggests those who were snapped went to the Soul World, a pocket dimension within the Soul Stone. Thanos encountering a young, warped Gamora after the snap hints towards this. Thor crying in Deadpool and Wolverine is a future MCU scene according to Ryan Reynolds, who went on X and said he can't unknow why Thor was crying. Thor has a kill count that would make the Punisher jealous. In Infinity War, we learn he is around 1500 years old, which is an interesting tidbit, making him younger than Jesus. But he said he has killed double that amount, meaning he has taken out over 3,000 beings. Captain America said he can't get drunk in Captain America First Avenger, but this is not true, and it's because he didn't try hard enough. Literally. Wolverine, whose healing factor far exceeds Steve's, can still get drunk, but only when actively drinking heavy amounts. In the original stories, there have been times when he's sobered up by the time he finished a bottle. Other times, you can see the effects linger for a few minutes, so Steve's problem was drinking by the glass rather than drinking by the bottle. Tony Stark passes at the age of 53, and he is 38 in Iron Man 1. S.H.I.E.L.D. helps hide the identity of Ronin, because if it's revealed Clint Barton was behind the string of mass murder across several countries, then he'd be facing life in prison. Although it happens off-screen, Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, is also a product of the Super Soldier Serum. It helped him survive the fall from the train we see in Captain America the First Avenger. In Deadpool and Wolverine, it is heavily implied Laura was the same X-23 we see in Logan, but it's never confirmed. The actress Daphne Keane did clear up this gap in knowledge in an interview, stating it is the same Laura. This will be a new series on the page, so let me know what you think about it in the comments.
From Marvel to monsters, we cover it all. In the world of entertainment, we stand tall. Movie talk now, join the fun and let's go. Disco lights are flashing, feel the energy flow. Discussing MCU, Godzilla and more. Movie talk now, we open the door.